Thank you, Mr President. My question is for the Minister for Transport. Minister, in September 2023, the government announced an $8.1 million support package for Tasmanian bus drivers, including a commitment to introduce authorised officers with powers to issue infringements and remove disorderly passengers. In September 2024, the leader in this place confirmed that transit officers were on buses but had not been authorised under the Traffic Act and therefore did not have these powers. The leader at that time advised that a training program for authorised officers was expected to be ready for rollout by mid-2025. Minister, bus drivers and passengers were promised stronger protections more than 2 years ago, yet they continue to experience violence and antisocial behaviour while the government drags its heels in delivering them. My question is, has the training program commenced? If not, why not? And when will Tasmanians finally see authorised officers on buses with the powers the government promised in 2023?
Honourable Minister for Infrastructure and Transport.
Thank you, Mr President, and thank the member for the question. And having been floating around on the buses and talking to some of the transit officers, it's an interesting process, and what they're finding is even more interesting on the routes and what they need to do. So, in answer directly to your question, a pilot deployment of transit officers in southern Tasmania has been running since April 23 with the aim of making our bus network a safer and attractive choice for customers. Transit officers have been deployed to areas identified from incident data provided by general access bus operators. Transit officers have successfully de-escalated disruptive behaviours, including instances of arguments and vaping. The department is planning to conduct a tender for the expansion of the transit officers on buses across the state network in the first half of 26. The department is preparing a tender for the provision of further transit officers across the state. The tender has been moving through departmental procurement processes and is expected to be released in the first half of 26. Transit officers will be authorised officers when the service is expanded across the state. A training package for transit officers was finalised and approved by the Transport Commissioner in August 25. This training package is necessary to address the unique competencies associated with the powers available to authorised officers in the Passenger Transport Services Regulation 2023. The type of powers that authorised officers will have under the regulations include power to require a name and address, power to direct cessation of behaviour, and power to require movement within the vehicle. I look forward to the tender being released and the training and authorising these officers in coming months, and I'd be pleased to keep the member informed on their progress. I think the other thing that will help with some of that behaviour, just to add to that answer a bit, is the rollout of the CCTV cameras on all buses now instead of a progress view of that. Certainly with those CCTVs, I've asked for a little bit more information on how that information feeds live back to a central control so that the driver has some security as well. And the positioning of those cameras is quite good. They're going through quite a process to understand how that technology can be used other than just a CCTV, that it can be actually used for several parts of safety on and off the bus, but also security of people on the bus and the driver's security as well. So haven't got all that information to me available yet, but it is another piece in the puzzle. So thank you.